original guru of good game. And I'm your host, the original guru, Zero Game. Or you can just call me Zero G, or you can call me Zero, or you can call me G, ZG, Z, or just G. Doesn't make any difference. I respond to them all. And like every episode, I will start off by giving a shout out to all those who listened, all those who liked, shared, comment. Really do appreciate all of the love and support you show me, and I hope that I can keep on producing shows that will keep you giving me love and support. So with that being said, let's get on with today's hot topic. Now, we've been paying attention to all this crazy stuff that's been going on with the economy, and basically because we have a man-child in charge, and this is pretty much the result of that man-child, because he has delusions of grandeur. He is really a delusional individual, and his delusions are starting to not mesh with reality, and I think that's starting to kick in, so that might be why he's seeming like he's kind of going a little bit off the rocker. But, you know, most entitled, privileged, you know, silver spoon in their mouth born people, they tend to get delusions of grandeur, and when it all crashes down around them, they tend to kind of lose grip on reality. With that being said, let's move on. Now, what I was talking about as far as this craziness with the economy, there is a lot of people who are suffering really big time on this shit. And I don't think that our administration, whether it be the federal, state, county, city, I don't really think they give a shit. I think they're more concerned about their bottom line. I think they're more in line to push us to do things that's not beneficial for us in order to increase their profit base or to make their life better or whatever the fuck it is they trying to do. But it really looks like they trying to put the screw over on the average citizen, at the same time trying to increase their own benefits and prosperity through our pain and suffering, because there's a lot of pain and suffering going on. There's a lot of people dying, and there's a lot of people who are alive when these people pass away who are still suffering. Now, don't think I'm trying to take anything lightly about the person who lost their life. I'm really not, and I really want to emphasize that this is just as much of a serious matter for those that live as those who died. Because we tend to forget that when somebody passes away, there are people left over who has to live on knowing that that person is gone, and they're gone because of something that could have been prevented, or at the very least controlled. And unfortunately, our administration didn't consider any of that shit. They just went on, did their own damn thing, worrying about trying to get paid, worrying about trying to keep their position of power. And in the process of trying to keep their position of power, thousands and thousands and tens of thousands of people are dying. And then there's even thousands and tens of thousands of the family members who are left, who have to live on with that pain and that sorrow that they got to suffer through, knowing that they could still be alive if our government would have got off their ass and did their job that we elected them to do. And more importantly, and people, don't forget this, we are paying them. Don't let them fuckers fool you like they not getting paid. They getting paid. We paid them to do their job. And apparently, nobody seems to know how to do their fucking job. And that's the problem we're going through right now. So because of all of the turmoil that's taking place in this administration, it is putting a lot more people in perilous situations that 4 months ago, 5 months ago, they were not in. And for something to put you in that situation so quickly just shows that there is so much of a disconnect as to what's happening in the real world and what's happening in their political spin, make-believe world that they trying to, make us all think that this shit is supposed to be reality when it's just a fantasy that they're trying to portray to us while we live in the reality because we are dying. And that's can't get no more real than that. You know what I'm saying? Can't get no more real than that. And in this situation, now I know it is dark times right now. It looks bad, and it is bad, and it is dark times. Don't ever make light of any of this shit that we going through. It's real, it's serious, and people are really suffering from this shit. But we still have to look forward to what happens when we come out of this shit. And that's where I want to pick up a little bit today on. And what I want to pick up on is the creation of a community-based currency. And I bring that up simply because a lot of people will not be able to return to the job they had before this shit started. Them jobs are gone. The small to medium-sized business that these people were working at, that, that's where their livelihood was coming from, they're gone. And the current administration has no policy, no plan, no idea how to fix that. Nothing. They completely lost. Of course, as far as they're concerned, we don't give a shit about the small to medium-sized business. We only care about the big business and the big corporations because them motherfuckers is putting millions of dollars into my campaign coffers so I can run for re-election and get back here and fuck over the people some more, because that's pretty much about all they doing, is trying to figure out a better way to fuck you over. And we are sitting up here in our office and we're going to figure it out and we're going to fuck you over, because that's what we do. We have fucked the people over. We take the money and then we tell them to go fuck yourself, deal with it. And that's basically how they playing us. And then they give us this little bit of money, and you got motherfuckers already up in there crying about giving up this little bit of money. Like, shit, man, if my rent is $500 a month and I've been off work for 4 months, that means I owe $2,000 in rent. You gave me $1,200. Where the fuck am I supposed to come up with the other $800 to satisfy the landlord so he don't hand me a fucking eviction notice and kick my ass to the curb? Nobody in Washington is thinking about that part. All they thinking about is, yeah, you'll get this money and then you're going to go out and you're going to shop and you're going to spend and it's going to spur the economy. No, the fuck I'm not. I'm trying to maintain somewhere to lay my fucking head. I need lights. I need gas. I need fucking food more than I need to go shake my ass or at a club or go spend my money at a fucking restaurant or go to the store to go buy some damn shoes and shirts and shit. I better maintain the shit I got instead of worrying about going out to shop. Spur the economy. Man, fuck the economy. Economy ain't gonna mean shit if ain't nobody alive. I hope they recognize that. None of these businesses that you asking to open back up to spur the economy won't mean shit if everybody dead and nobody can go to the fucker. You ain't gonna stay in business with no customers. End of story. Now let's get back to what I was talking about, was this community-based currency. And my idea behind it is basically this. It is perfectly legal, and I Googled this. Please Google it for yourself to make sure, because maybe I was looking at some old information. I don't know. I assumed it was up to date. But if I'm incorrect, please comment at the website, www.oggoodgame.com, and leave a voice message to correct me. I will appreciate it. But for my information, as far as I know, it is perfectly legal for any community to create their own currency as long as they're not doing it to avoid paying taxes. Of course, can't never get away from that, but hey, whatever. But my idea as far as a community-based currency is a currency that will stay basically within that community. Now, we cannot back it by gold, and I do not recommend backing it by any of these fossil fuels or any of this other bullshit, gems and precious metal and all of that, because all that shit is limited. What I'm talking about is an infinite value currency. We back that currency with renewable energy, an energy-based currency. Now, this is not my fucking idea. I just want to make that clear. I did not come up with the idea for energy-based currency. I actually found a few websites that did come up with this idea and a few really smart people who broke it down, how it can work, how to apply it, how to set it up, everything. And I left 2 links on my website directly for that purpose so that you can click on the links, go read the material for yourself, and make your own determination and judgment. Don't let me do it for you. I'm just talking shit. But if you want to find this shit out for yourself, please go to my website, www.oggoodgame.com. Scroll to the bottom, and you will see the link section, and you will see 2 links there for energy-backed currency. Click on those, read about it, learn about it, contemplate it, and see if it ain't a good fucking idea, because I think it is. I just think that instead of using regular energy, we use renewable energy. And instead of trying to do, because, you know, every politician, I'm really getting tired of hearing that we need to do stuff big and bold, big and bold. Big and bold ain't going to fucking work. Big and bold ain't nothing but trickle down economics with a new name on it. Because that's basically what you're saying. Do something big at the top and it'll trickle down to the bottom. Fuck that. And I'm going to say that one more time. Fuck that. Fuck it. Fuck that. The hell with that bullshit. What we need is trickle up economics. Start from the bottom. Put the financial ability and power at the bottom. And it's guaranteed to go up, because the more you build, what is it going to do? As the young folks say, stacking them bands. We got to stack that cash. We got to stack it. I'm stacking money. Yeah, well, there you go. The more money that's developed at the bottom, the stronger the foundation for the pyramid, so that it builds up to the point. So whoever's sitting at the top, shit, they looking pretty. But the best part about it is that nobody at the bottom is truly at the bottom. You got to look at the bottom as the foundation, the concrete slab that holds the house up. Can't build a house without a good foundation. I don't give a fuck what you say. It just ain't happening. No foundation, good wind come, your house on the ground or blown the fuck apart. So you need a solid foundation. And I believe that a community-based currency backed by renewable energy would be that foundation needed to help, well, actually to eliminate the income inequality in this country, stabilize the entire economic system nationwide, create prosperity for all involved, not just a few, not just the privileged, and eliminate poverty in this country forever. Let me repeat that. Eliminate poverty in this country forever. This is something we can export around the world and put us back in the position of leader of the free world, because, hey, we came up with a way to create currency in your community and leave the currency right there in your community and then distribute it amongst those in the community. How can you go wrong with that? If you can, please, somebody go to the website, www.oggoodgame.com. Scroll down, and to your right side, you will see a link to leave a voice message. Click on that button, leave your message, click send. If I am incorrect or if this can be wrong,